It's back? Alright, cool. We're back. We're back. Okay. This is a lot to read. I'm not reading that. But it was worse than I was expecting. You don't always know how many hits an enemy is going to use, so the entire time it's their turn. You have to pay close attention to the visual and the audio. It quickly made me want to avoid all necessary fights because just a few failed dodges could spell a game over. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That sounds like a skill issue. Rhine_91. The lack of map, mini-map, and even waypoints let me wandering through the areas I've already explored with no clue with where I was going. Maybe that's the intention. Maybe the game developers want you to explore. Like, I don't know. We back? We back? I hope we back. Okay, I think we're back. I would hope so. I would hope so. Alright. Yeah, I think there's a skill issue there. Can I see a gameplay of this? Player obscure? Trailer?
Make things worse for everyone.
No. She chose to come. I didn't make the rules between you two.
You're fighting to change things.
For those who come after. Right?
Thought I was used to losing people.
Yeah. Me too.
Why does she look like Sable from Dead by Daylight? Ooh. Oh, and I heard their soundtrack is godlike.
Boy, take everything.
What the fuck?
Is this true?
Miles with him.
We need to go. Now.
Who are you?
I know it seems absurd to offer oblivion as recompense, but
She'll never paint again.
That just gave me goosebumps. That music gave me goosebumps. What the fuck? Wait, what? Wait. 33. That's all I had to type. 33. Send me to 33. That's all I know the game. 33. So I did hear the reason they called it 33 was because it took 33 people to make this game. I'm not sure if that was a rumor, if that's true, or... But that's still pretty impressive. Oh, I could play this game. Oh, what? Yo, that's crazy. This game has the same specs as Schedule 1. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. The same specs you need for Schedule 1 is the same specs you need for this game. What? Yo, and that turn-based yo, that shit was stylish. Oh my god. Let me just see, let me do that one more time. Do that thing. Do that thing. I need to see that move again that she did. Cause that was what?
Take everything.
Bratatow, bratatow, bratatow. What? What? Yo, if I can pull up that fucking move, oh, I'm swinging. Everyone's catching these hands. Oh my god. Yo, that is insane. Oh my god. Like, this is one of those games like, okay, if you don't like turn-based, but you're willing to give turn-based a chance, this is probably one of those games. Because it's not even just the turn-based, it's the style behind it. Like, Persona 5, it had a style. You know? It's like, oh my god. And then the music is... you just ready to pop off. How much is this game? How much is this? Hi, Harley. How much is this game? And it's $50. $50, y'all, for a AAA quality game made by 33 people. This is the video games we live for. Not no $80 video game that we call Call of Duty. No. This is top quality shit. Like, this part is my favorite thing ever. Like, this is a Markiplier shit. This is my favorite part. Oh man, it's a wish list. Oh god, I told myself, yo, I'm gonna stop buying video games that are like $50 or more, and then this fucking game comes along, and I'm like, oh nah, stop, don't do that, stop. Do it again. I was feeding the cat. Do what again? Oh man, that is so dope. I know there was like Oblivion and everything, and Oblivion couldn't stick with me. Like those kinds of games, it doesn't really stick with me so well. I tried. Have you seen Kazan the First Berserker? I think I've seen the trailer. Yes, that was visually amazing. And that's based off of the anime, right? Berserker? If I'm not mistaken. Alright, let me run it back one more time. I'll run it back one more time.
Rated M for mature.
You should never have come. You're only going to make things worse for everyone.
No. She chose to come. I didn't make the rules between you two.
You're fighting to change things.
For those who come after. Right?
I thought I was used to losing people.
Yeah, me too.
Wait! Time out! Is that Robert Patterson? Is it this nigga? He has the same side profile. Yo, chat, is that Robert Pattinson? Probably. Let me see. Charlie Cox. Ben Starr. Maybe that isn't him. Yo, he dead looks like Robert Pattinson from the side view. Yo, I would have thought that was him. Anyways. Oh, that dash was so sexy. Oh my god.
Take everything.
Oh, got him. Got him. Get him. Get him. Let's go. Get him. Yo, she was on some
true?
Powerpuff Girl shit.
Miles with him.
We need to go. Now.
Who are you?
I know it seems absurd to offer oblivion as recompense, but
And I noticed
She'll
a
never
lot
be
of the
together.
combat in this game, or what I'm seeing, is that you're doing. It's not like, oh, go through this menu, press attack, choose an ability, do this. No, you do the thing, but then you have to press a certain sequences of buttons to execute a perfect attack or maybe perform a parry or a dodge. Yes, like skill checks. So there's actual skill behind performing that ability. I love that. Yo, he does give a little bit of Robert Pattinson. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's there. Could have had me fooled. Y'all could have been like, yeah, that is Robert Pattinson. I would have believed y'all. I would have been like, because I'm gullible. I'm gullible. I would have been like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. No, that's... I already wish listed that game. Next paycheck, y'all already know. I'm getting this game. This game is looking like a must play. Another one for the classics. You already know. If God of War met Final Fantasy, it had a three-way with Nier Automata, then that kid had a kid with Persona. Had like the whole family tree figured out. Imagine you're a GameStop employee and you describe, like, hey, what's Expedition 333 about? Well, you know, if God of War, you know, met Final Fantasy and had a three-way with Nier Automata, and someone was the daddy, you know what I'm saying? But then the kid from that nonsense, from that mess, you know, was dated someone else as they grew older and had a kid with Persona. And boom, you have Expedition. That's wild. Really interesting stuff, y'all. Yeah, Oblivion and Expedition 33 is definitely at the top right now. Really great games. And also, I mentioned this before earlier in the stream. Keep a lookout for games that are going to be releasing in the holidays. Like, there's going to be a lot of games coming out. Because remember, GTA 5, or I mean, GTA 6 was just recently delayed to 2026 of May. So that means you're going to have a lot of game developers that are saying, okay, we have 2025 to ourselves. So if we're going to release any game, this is the year to release it. Because once it hits 2026 and the holiday season is over, everyone is going to save up money to buy new gaming consoles, and they're going to save up to get GTA 6. Like, that's it. 2026 belongs to GTA 6. That's it. GTA 6 is going to overshadow every single game that comes out that year. So this is the year to release the games. So as a heads up for everyone here that's listening in right now, if you hear a lot of games are coming out during the holiday season, that's the reason. They're trying to get their money before GTA 6 fucks up the party. Absolutely. I got more time to save to buy GTA. Yeah, GTA 6. Listen, I said I wouldn't, but I would. I'll admit it. you know, I am a simp for GTA. Hey, like it's absolutely a must. It is. It's a burger that I always come back to no matter what. I resist and resist and resist, and it always finds its way into my hard drive. Right. You know? Like I like to you know, drive around in a pretty car. You know, I have a female character. She's a baddie with a baddie car. You know, driving down the Senorita Expressway, playing some, you know, Fergie, meet me halfway. I've been looking out for you. Like, like, that is a fucking vibe. That is the Los Santos vibe, and I fucking love it. And I'm driving a whole Bugatti with chrome colors. Living the good life, because I'm not living that life. I'm not living that life. Shit. So that's my prediction with GTA 6. Hello? Oh, I'm about to say, I was like, what's happening on my phone? Playing 1,000 Miles around the city. Right, playing 1,000 Miles. Playing West End Girls. Easter boys, West End girls. West End girls. And I'm on my car and I'm just twerking like, Nah, let me stop. I just twerking on the car. But anyways. But yeah, GTA 5 online is just so fun. It really is. Like, that game, you can always have fun. You can always have fun playing GTA. And especially in a closed lobby with friends where you could chill out, do whatever, gamble at the casino if you like, bet on some horse races, race, do raids. Shit, I might just download GTA soon. Now y'all got me acting up. We just need one more year, bro. I believe Rockstar will implement an official server with RP only. Ooh. Ooh, Shamba, you cooking. You cooking. Because you're right. The roleplay community in GTA 5 is very big. It's very popular. A lot of big name YouTubers, Twitch streamers, just content creators generally, they join in on the role play, and they are very good at what they do. Like, it's really fun. Yeah, it's really keeping their servers alive. So you may have a solid point. Like, there may be some role playing capabilities in one of their dedicated servers. Yo, you're onto something. You are definitely onto something. If that becomes a thing, yo, I'm gonna say I'm not surprised. But not surprised because you called it out, Shamba. If GTA 6 really released something for role-playing, oh god, it's fucking over. Give the community what they want. They deserve some recognition. Because my god, I can never do it. I mean, maybe I have to get into it and it takes time to get into role-playing because you're really improvising. But a lot of content creators are really good at what they do. And they have fun. They make content, and the content is fucking hilarious. I gotta give it to them. But that is a very good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me see something real quick. I'm sorry. Found a long forgotten. What the hell? Why does that look so familiar? Why do I feel as if I've seen this at GameStop before? Rockstar, hire me. I just heard the rumors about it. The Ouya. Ouya! Oh no! Ouya! Oh no! That's funny. Yeah, that looks so familiar. I think I saw it at GameStop at one point, and I never really paid so much attention to it. LOL, when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that did exist. Yo, that is a fact. Let me see. Wow. I can see that. Ouya failure. Ouya. Yes, y'all. If y'all ever want to get rid of like AI that shows up on your Google search, all you have to do is type -AI and it'll get rid of it. Take that home with you. The controller looks so weird. They acquired $8.5 million in its Kickstarter campaign. 63,000 backers pledged money to make this dream a reality of theirs. Oh, wow. This was present in the packaging of a tiny box console known as Ouya. It wasn't a powerhouse like the PlayStation or the Xbox. Instead, it was a small stature, but it promised it would be big on games. Its marketing campaign, Ouya promised more than 600 games inside each unit. The people in charge at making Ouya happen, under the watchful eye of its founder, Julie, wanted to revolutionize the gaming industry in its own way. Ouya was a colossal failure, and unlike most flops in the gaming world, their story was actually due to the lack of trying. It was a flimsy device running a simple Android-based operating system. It did not boast anything as powerful as modern-day consoles, and for that, the potential of the Ouya had already hit a wall even before it could be fully realized. It boasted more than 600 games in its promotional campaign, and yet all it had were below-average offerings that could easily be found in the bottom of the barrel in a Google Play Store. Holy shit. The cherry on top when it came to their marketing was an ad that had a tagline, "Stop wasting cash on crappy games." It reinforced a negative stereotype of gamers, with the commercial featuring a middle-aged man in his underwear throwing a temper tantrum. The ad showed contempt towards the fan base, so it desperately wanted to reach. Let me see. Ouya old man ad.
All made for one reason only, and that's to be played. Ouya. Over 600 games. Free to try. Just 99 bucks. Buy now at ouya.tv.
No, I want to see the ad. The ad. Well, it was an ad. Ouya ad. Stop wasting money. Was it this?
60 bucks? This game sucks. They screwed me. It's exactly the same game. Oh, God. 60 bucks? Oh, they did it to me again. I could have bought food.
Oh, wow.
Ouya.
Okay. Yeah, that is a crazy ad. That was a lot. Middle-aged man in his underwear throw a temp. Oh, I said old man. I said, Yeah, he temper tantrum was an understatement. Jesus. Yeah, the ad showed contempt towards the fan base it so desperately wanted to reach. Yeah, that is wild. The way how you depicted like the gaming like community is crazy. I can see why it failed the way it did. 3 years after its conceptualization, Ouya's assets were sold to PC peripheral company Razer, and Ouya brand has been quietly laid to rest since then. Jesus. That is crazy. $60 for a game ad. There was several other gaming consoles that's failed. What was it? There was a what was it? The Nintendo VR Red 90s? It was like in the 90s. Virtual Boy, yes. Virtual Boy was definitely one of those gaming consoles that also failed. The Soldier Boy. Yo, tell him. Tell him why I failed. Oh, man. Let's see. Alright, it's not a long read. I just want to keep things short. Nintendo's global Japanese video game corporation, yada yada, notoriously famous for its headaches to its users. Virtual Boy was released in July 21st, 1995 in Japan, August 14th, 1995 in North America. The Nintendo Virtual Boy gaming console was like a VR-like system with 3D capabilities far ahead of its time. It came with a mounted eyepiece in which a player would glance to view the screen, similar to appearance to today's VR headsets. While it was confirmed in theory, it did not receive the response Nintendo had hoped for. To play. However, Virtual Boy evolved quickly from an idealized pair of lightweight goggles to a hefty headset. To protect players' brains from EMF radiation, the system had to be weighted down with metal plates. Nintendo created a stand for the Virtual Boy to compensate for the weight. Unfortunately, the system's final design had a significant flaw. Users had to lean forward while playing. Oh, that caused neck pain. I didn't even know that. I can see that, though. Because looking at... Yeah, I can see that. So you have to put it here, and you actually have to lean in to actually play it. Yeah, that fucking yikes. But it's so crazy because the design of this was what inspired a lot of headsets, VR headsets today, like the PlayStation headset, the Oculus Rift, to have this similar kind of design, but they just add their own spice into it. Yeah, they were definitely trying the VR approach. Basically, using one of Nintendo's biggest failures was physical playing. Also, the console screen could be displayed only in red. Yes, so just what we saw, the games were only displayed in red and black. There was no other color. It was just red and black. Which is crazy. Like, all of this was in red and black. That was it. Nintendo's screen could only display red and black, making things even more difficult. And that sucks. Especially as someone who has a mild colorblind deficiency, like with red and green colors. This would be like the worst console for me. I would not be able to play this. Nintendo had to publish liability warnings that the Virtual Boy could cause headaches, nausea, and seizures. This did not surprise competitor manufacturers because the technology underpinning the Virtual Boy had been demonstrated to several firms, including Sega. Except for Nintendo, every company avoided 3D technology because it caused children to vomit and lose their equilibrium. Oh my god. To gamers' disappointment, Virtual Boy only had 22 games under his belt. This is less than the size of many recent console launches' library. The game failed to attract its customers due to its inability to provide a comfortable gaming experience, leading it to go off the market. Top of it, the console's initial price was $179.95 when it was released in 1995. Yeah, that's a little bit expensive. That is that's a bit of a high price for a gaming console. Like the PlayStation 1. Woo! Okay, never mind. Let me shut up. $300 for the PlayStation 1? What were the competition in 1995? I think it was the PlayStation 1. It was definitely the PlayStation 1, the Sega Dreamcast. Wasn't there the Sega Saturn? Yeah, the Sega Saturn. That released in North America, May 11th, 1995. I think the Game Boy came out... I think it came out like in 97. Oh my god, 1989. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the other Game Boy. Oh god. Lord forgive me. Lord forgive me. 1898. 1898. The GOAT. The GOAT that started everything. The Holy Grail. This motherfucker crawled. It didn't even crawl. It went in prone and crawled so that the Switch 2 could fucking sprint. Oh my god. The ancestors. Right. Like, anytime people talk about the Game Boy, I don't think about this. I don't. The first time I actually came across the Game Boy was when my dad was with my stepmom, or my former stepmom at the time, and she showed me the Nintendo Game Boy that she used to own. And it looked so weird to me because I was like, this is the first Game Boy? She's like, yeah, that's the first Game Boy. What you have is another version of the Game Boy. It's just a better model. And because when I got my first Game Boy, it was the yellow one. It was this. Was it this? No, that's the Game Boy Color. No, I got the Game Boy. Was it the Game Boy? No, it was this. Game Boy Pocket. Yes, I got the Game Boy Pocket. And then I got the transparent purple, which was the Game Boy Color. This is what I got. And then I got the Game Boy Advance. And I got that in blue. You know, and I think that's where I dropped off of Nintendo because I couldn't keep up because I was more on my PlayStation than anything else. I had the colors. You had the colors? You was collecting them. Yo, I'm not sure if it's just me in the chat here that likes this, but I really miss the aesthetic of like transparent gaming consoles. I miss that. Like, that was such an aesthetic in the 2000s. A horizontal Game Boy? You mean the Game Boy yes, the Game Boy Advance. Yes. I don't know how I skipped that. Yes, there was a Game Boy Advance. The SP was the foldable one. Yep. This was amazing. Having that widescreen, oh, amazing. And then they brought out the Game Boy with its own backlit. Shut up and take my money. Take my money. Like, no longer do I have to be in my car, in a dark car, while I'm out on vacation with my family, and I have to rely on the street lights to see what I'm doing in Pokemon. No more. No more. Backlit lights now. Oh. Yes. Oh, man, that was so revolutionary. Oh, man. Nintendo was cooking. I had that in Navy playing Pokemon Emerald. Oh, you didn't like the transparent design? Oh, the transparent design was so lit. It was a vibe. Hang on. I'm sorry. I have to go to my favorite game store in New York City. Because they be having all this stuff. They be having a lot of like the old school stuff. And some collector's items too if you're ever looking for that kind of stuff. But their stuff is very expensive. Of course, because a lot of their stuff is collector stuff. The consoles. Look at this. They have a pre-owned Game Boy Clear for like $200. They have black, they have gray, red, mint, it looks like. Or no, that's gold. For $250. Bro, I used to have the accessory that was magnified. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Hang on. Magnifying glass Game Boy Advance. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh, that big chunk. That's a chunky boy right there. Oh my god. Yo, I never understood the point of the magnifying glass, but that thing came in clutch. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, you was a gamer back then. This was dedication. This was dedication. It is so crazy this was a thing. Oh man, if you was a kid that had this kind of piece of tech with you, oh god, no one was fucking with you. You was a threat. When your parents decide to buy you a magnifying add-on for your Game Boy Advance before admitting that you couldn't see without your glasses. Tragic. Yes, you can even see the pixels. You can see every single pixel in that bit. Absolutely. They even had it for the Game Boy. Oh my god. Mad Cats. Yo, that is crazy. I didn't even knew they had it for the Game Boy. Oh, this is OD. This is OD. Alright. Damn. Alright, save some bitches for the rest of us. He got the... He got the handle. Damn. Save some bitches for the rest of us. Jesus. They're probably lined up at his door right now. And he got the surround sound. What? Got the whole gaming pack. Hey, fellas, keep your girl away from him. Hey, listen, man. He pulls up in the club. Your girl better not know. That is crazy. But nah, I remember the magnifying glass. But then there was also this, remember this freaking doohickey? Remember these doohickeys? This little shit. That was just... This is what I had. Oh my god. And it was a tiny little light. But oh my god, this thing would drain your battery. This thing was a battery drainer. Oh man. So insane this was a thing. It was useful, but my god, you had to bring it... You got to bring in that Kirkland signature. You had to bring the wholesale package of the Kirkland signature. The Knights playing Donkey Kong with that little light commitment. I call that commitment. Wear that badge with honor, with pride. They will never understand the struggle. Never. I'm showing my age here. Jesus, let me shut up. I'm showing my age out right now. Question, did anyone really use the cable links? Like these cable links? Like say you wanted to face someone in Pokemon? Like did y'all really have these? He's like, nah, we showing that. Does this chat, did y'all just turn communist? No, we show our age. No, we show our age. Our age. Not the double down. Nigga, I beat somebody's ass on that cable link in both literal senses. Yo, these things look tough. These cables look freaking tough. Like, they are just... I remember this was a thing. Why were you connecting your Game Boy to your GameCube again? What was the purpose of that? Maybe? Hang on. Cable link GameCube to Game Boy. What was that all about? Because it's a thing, but what games supported that? Yo, you can buy this right now for like $35. If y'all don't know, now y'all know. $35. $35 to get this. Let me see. Although I am content with the speed which of this purchase took place and that the Game Boy Advance cable works properly, I'm disappointed that what I got was not what I ordered. The picture and description of the cable was for a Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable. But from what I received was a Mad Catz GameCube Game Boy Advance. Jesus, what a mouthful. Apparently there is some description or the seller was smoking something and didn't know the difference. Also, there are some GameCube games that will simply not accept other cables other than the Nintendo brand cable and will not function properly. But I wonder what games support this. Like, what games are you using this for? I'm trying to see what games, if anyone comments on any games. I think that Nintendo could have done a better job with this. They could have allowed more games to be compatible with this, but there's only a few. Zelda, The Wind Waker, Final Fantasy, Crystal Chronalis, and Animal Crossing are one of the few games that can be played on this. Ah. Yo, I almost beat a kid in Pokemon while linked. He cut his game off before I could deal the final blow. I ripped the cord out and beat him with it. I was getting my victory one way or another. That's crazy. That's actually pretty crazy. Gave him them whippings. That is insane. Well, that's interesting. It just didn't get a lot of support. Like, there wasn't many games that was supporting this, I guess. So that's why we don't really know what games you would use this for. I can see that. The Game Boy Color. You know, I would definitely buy a Game Boy Color. Like, if I had, like, the money to just go back, like, ride the nostalgia train, I would love to buy a Game Boy and just have it. You know, I don't want anyone playing it. It's just, hey, it works. It's there. You want to play it? Sure. But until then, it stays with me. Like, I would definitely buy this as a keepsake. They got a teal one pre-owned for $150. That's not bad. Because everything here is like $250. On Wiki, it says 62. Oh, 62 games were compatible. Okay, the reviewer made it sound like only 3 games were compatible. Damn, it was kind of harsh. I'm not gonna lie. 62 sounds reasonable. Holy shit, it's 12:22, y'all. Oh wait, there was a Game Boy Micro? Oh shit, there was a Game Boy Micro. Wait, how did you play games on there? Was there games you could play on the Game Boy Micro? Oh, I see. You pop the game in there. Is a handheld game console developed and manufactured by Nintendo. It was the first released in Japan in 2005. Lighter design of the Game Boy Advance. The system is the last console in the Game Boy line. Oh. It's more compact form factor. Additionally, it has a backlit screen with the ability to adjust the brightness. The shape itself is oblong, similar to the style. That is crazy. I never even knew this was a thing. So this was like the Game Boy SP before the Game Boy SP, except it was just more compact and it wasn't foldable. Or at least that's what I think it is. That's... And how much is it? How much do they want? I don't think they have it. Yeah, they're not even giving a price. They're sold out. Yikes. But these Game Boy... But they're selling all these Game Boys for like $250, $250, $250. The regular indigo one is like $150. The white one is $160. I wouldn't want the white. The white you kind of have to keep clean. What the hell? A Game Boy SP pre-owned Pikachu for $800. Oh no, I'm a little scared right now. Yo, I'm a little nervous. Wait, let me see. Console? Did they have more? Oh no, that's it. Alright, they have some Game Boys that are like $250. That Pikachu one is wild. They have a Kingdom Hearts one for $350. These are more like collectors, I guess. Yeah, they're definitely collectors. SpongeBob is like $400. Yeah, we start to reach like the collectors territory. It's like, okay, whatever. But Nintendo DS's, those are the collector stuff. Like, there's a lot of like limited edition Game Boys out there. Like the Nintendo DS. You know what's weird? I was a weirdo because I was done with Nintendo. I was all about PSP. Because again, I phased out of Nintendo when the Nintendo DS dropped. And I was all about the PlayStation. And then the PSP came out. And I was like, ooh, the PSP is the way to go, y'all. It's so strong. And don't get me wrong, the PSP was definitely a very strong handheld system. But Nintendo was beating Sony for the sole fact that they had better IPs for their handhelds. It was more affordable. You didn't really... What was it? Their cartridges had a lot more longevity compared to the UMDs that that PSP had. It was like discs in cases that if they popped, you couldn't use it. It was very dumb. Many people have brought up theories that had Sony released the PSP or the Vita alongside the Switch 2 or the Switch, there would have been some serious competition because the PSP was literally like an entertainment device that was also a gaming device. But even then, it's like Nintendo was slaying Sony with just like Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, Metroid. The list kept going and going and going and going and going, and Sony would not be able to keep up. It's like, yo, Sony, name me 5 of your heavy hitters in your handheld devices right now. They wouldn't. Nintendo would name you 2 for every one Sony would name. Right. And mind you, I am a fanboy of the PSP, but my God, I just hate how it flopped. Kinda. Like like when I had a PSP, 3 of my friends had a DS. And I'm like, damn. Damn, am I the odd one? Damn, bro. I just wish Sony handled that better. That's really just it. But the PSP, the Vita was just amazing in their own league. They were very strong platforms. Now they're just really good when it comes to like, you jailbreak it, you could play some games on there. That's really what it's good for, but it has its purpose. I remember jailbreaking my PlayStation, my PSP, and running fucking... And running the Windows Vista. That was crazy. I never knew I could do that. I remember the days of going to YouTube, learning how to hack your PSP. But yeah, look at these. $600 Mario Red? This is new? Oh, this is refurbished. Wait, why don't they show it? Oh, here it is. Mario Red for 600. I see. That is very red. Yeah. Yeah, my color blindness ain't gonna miss that. My eyes ain't missing that color. That's some real shit. That's some real red. Yeah. That stands out from a mile. Damn, the DS Lite. The only thing that I didn't like about the DS was that it got confusing as the generation started to come. Because there was like the Nintendo DS, then the DS Lite, then the DSi, then the Nintendo 3DS, and then then there was the Nintendo 2DS, and then the Nintendo new 2DS or the new 3DS. Like, it was so confusing. I'm so happy like they just moved on with the Switch, because that was just getting annoying. I was like, imagine being at GameStop and having to explain to parents the difference between the Nintendo 3DS and the Nintendo new 3DS. Patapon, GTA Vice City Stories, right. I also cracked mine. Man, I lost mine. Mine got stolen. I didn't get a DS, but I really loved the 3D one. It was so cool to look at. Yeah, I got the... I was late into the party. Wait, did you just get like a regular 3D or like the 3DS? I don't know if there's a different... Jesus Christ. This is what I got. I got this. I got I got this. The Nintendo new... The new Nintendo 3DS XL. Yeah, like there's a 3DS and then there's a 3DS XL. Like, it was just so confusing. I'm like, Nintendo, please be consistent. And then what was crazy, they released this, and then they released the Nintendo 2DS XL after the 3DS. So I'm like, wait, are we going backwards all of a sudden? Probably because they thought the 3D feature was a bit of a gimmick. It wasn't worth the price tag, so they did a 2DS. Because I remember working at GameStop, this was the last Nintendo DS model that we were selling. And it was this. I like the design, though. Not gonna lie, the design was really nice. No, I never had a DS. Oh, gotcha. My cousin had the 3D one. Oh, okay, gotcha. Just making sure. I misread that wrong. My apologies. Yeah, there was like the black and turquoise, and there was the white and orange. White and orange. See, your boy, formerly known as your GameStop employee. Yeah, you guessed it. I quit. I promoted myself to a guest. You already know. Yeah, this was definitely the last one. But I definitely owned this. I owned this. I bought this for Pokemon Sun and Moon. I bought this for Pokemon Sun and Moon. And on top of that, I got like this glass case. A Pikachu. This. I got this. So when you attach this case to this, it gave off like a purple golden aesthetic. And I have it. I just gave it to somebody who wanted to play their favorite game on it, so I just gave it to them temporarily, just, you know, playing everything. But for the most part, it's so pretty. If I had it, I would show it to y'all. It's so pretty. Just a galaxy background and like a golden silhouette of like Pikachu. It's chef's kiss. Like, it is a vibe. Absolute vibe. But I trust that with somebody else at the time being. But anyways, let me see. Y'all, it is getting late though. It is tough. It is a tough design. I wish I could show it, but I just don't have it with me right now. But y'all, it is getting late. It is 12:30. The time is blowing past me. I really should be getting to bed. I want to thank y'all so much. I'm here every weekend, 9 o'clock usually, and I do content creation on YouTube as well. I do a lot of crazy stories on there. If y'all want to check out some recent stories, you can always check out my YouTube. And you can also follow me on, I said follow me. You can also join up on my Discord as well. Wait, did I just do shout out YouTube? I'm weak. I am weak. Yep, you can check out my commentaries, and also you can join up on my Discord as well. Again, I will be back at 9 o'clock, the same time as usual. We'll probably play something. I just decided to chill out, chat with y'all on like some current news, and maybe go on a nostalgia trip like we just did. Shamba, thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for your follow. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I hope to see you soon. This was fun. And also another I want to give another shout out to Inuyasha Edwina. Shout out to the homie. Did I misspell that? Yeah, I misspelled it. Inuyasha Edwina. There we go. Now that worked. Let me see. Alright, let me see if we can actually raid somebody. Let's see if we can raid someone. Yeah? Who we raiding tonight? Following. There better be some people streaming. Let me see. Who can we raid today? Ooh, Mr. Pain and Sorrow. He's playing some Marvel Rivals. Alright, I'm going to send y'all over to Mr. Pain and Sorrow. He's one of my partners in crime when we last collaborated on Schedule 1. He's really amazing at what he does in Schedule 1. It's actually pretty insane how far he's come with the game. He's already played multiple saves in Schedule 1. So we're going to head on over to his channel, and y'all go see some... What is he playing as? He's playing as, I think, Invisible Girl? Yeah, he's playing as Invisible Girl. So let's start the raid, y'all. Be sure to give Mr. Pain and Sorrow just as much love that y'all have given me. And until then, I will see you guys in my next stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern State Time. Take care, everybody.